Hi guys, welcome back to Kpop Talks. I'm your host Aladdin, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're gonna do our weekly, we can say bi-weekly now, K-pop review of the songs that have came out in March 2022. The vast majority will be singles, and there will be obviously K-pop. There will be something maybe different here and there sometimes if it's an artist that interests me, which I want to share with you, or if it's somebody that maybe people don't know well enough. So could be even hip hop and other stuff like this. Without losing too much time, let's get right into it. Next, we have a rookie group, Tempest, with Bad News. I think they're a rookie group. I'm pretty sure they are. It's a good song actually. I'm quite impressed, honestly. It's very third generation, 17 specifically. NCT, like maybe Dream, certain type of style, but specifically 17, from the chorus, the rapping, the production. It is very early 17, but it's done well. It's done in a tasteful manner. They're not trying to bite a sound, but obviously there's an inspiration from there. Maybe a producer used to work in Play This, now works here, who knows, but for their company, which is, I think it's, for what the fuck is called, a really big one, Storm Music. They might be with Storm Music, who knows, but I think as a song it's pretty good. If it's a debut, if I'm sure it's a rookie group, I think it's completely fine to really put yourself on the map, and it's catchy, it's fun. There's nothing more you need. Maybe more originality in the future, that'll be enjoyable, but I think a debut just has to be something that makes you stand out. And I think overall, since this style is not really made too much in K-pop, it makes them stand out actually. So smart decision by their company and whoever runs their production aspect of the music, so good job by them. Next we have Sugum with Kumbi, which I assume is a producer, with Soul Train. The song is good. It's nothing super special by Sogum. I feel like this is probably one of more like one of her least interesting songs she has released, probably since she joined AOMG. What I found interesting by Sogum, like a couple of years ago when I got into her music, was how she was not only different from everybody else, but she brought an interesting production style. Now that partially was because she was working with Dress, but I feel like she joined AOMG. There's probably like some clause or something where she can't work with Dress, so she doesn't really work with him anymore, which I don't get. Maybe they left on bad terms because, whatever, who knows. But I feel like that he brought the best in her production wise, and she brought the best in him vocal wise. They worked really well together. Again, this by no means is a bad song. We're talking about Sogum, who's a talented artist, very young. She has a lot of, I think, room to grow. But at a personal level, I feel like this type of songs don't really showcase her the interesting parts of her as an artist, which is sad, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And it's definitely not one of the worst songs of the year by the time it's the 16th March of 2022. So listen, if you're a Sogum fan, you'll be okay with this, but personally, I expected a little bit more. Next, we have Bang Jungkook with Up, ex-BAP, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's ex-BAP. And this is definitely better than the other Jungkook stuff that I've heard, even in the recent year or so. The music video, it's very high quality, high production, very Kanye West like in a certain way, with like the ballerinas and stuff like that. But it's not the most interesting shit I've heard from him. Definitely better from a vocal standpoint. Definitely the production fits him better. But again, why would I listen to him when there's better hip-hop Korean artists right now? It's just the truth, man. He hasn't evolved. He doesn't sound interesting enough. So why would I listen to him? Next, we have Promise 9 with Escape Room. I know this song came out towards the end of February, but I don't care. I didn't listen. I've listened to this song, but I know there was like a music video. The song is very good. Sexual, elegant at the same time. But even though it's a sensual, not sexual, sensual track, it's still done with very good taste. The vocals are amazing. The production does what it's supposed to do, which is fit whatever the concept they're going for very, very well. Not the most original song in terms of lyrics, but I think that's okay for this specific type of track you're gonna go for, so I'm fine with that personally. Next we have Panda Gom with Kill Your Darlings. Let me start by saying let me say it after, okay? First and foremost, the song is actually good. Production wise, lyrics, vocals, I don't know this guy, but he's very, very talented. Unfortunately, nobody knows him because this song only made 5k views. But specifically, I think the first time I've seen a music video really, tell a story this well, and in a very interesting and a very smart manner, where, obviously the idea of killing the person that you loved once you break up with them, it's more of a metaphor in this music video. But it's funny because at first you see it from the perspective of the woman, so you assume that the guy must have done something bad, right? But then at the end, the plot twist, you see the guy doing the same thing, right, to her, which obviously kills that idea and just shows you what they're both going through. So the video is amazing, great acting by all the guys in it, but the song is really, really good as well. Wish this was one of the examples of songs that I could hear more in K-pop, but listen, I just don't think people really care about this music anymore, or at least for now they don't, so you're not gonna really hear it as much as you should. So you have to accept it, I think, for what it is right now, but maybe it will change in the next years, where we can see more of these like kind of like alternative type of pop music even in the mainstream. Next we have Royal 44 and Chin with Remember, an actual good trap song by Chin. I'm not a fan of Chin, I'm not a fan of his group of artists, of his crew, let's say, but this song he does pretty good. He's good lyrically, he has a good flow, the basic trap production, sad trap production, but it works for what they're going for, so that's when it was. And actually King 44 also is pretty good on it. Not one of my favorites, I'm not gonna lie, but I have to admit he did better than what I normally hear from him, so I have to give him credit in that sense. Next we have NOM with Original Look. I don't know if they're a trio, I assume they're a trio. Very good trio, really good music. Probably the gayest music video I've seen since he released another song, since they released another song last year. But the song is good. It's good. Production is good. It's more of a club banger than anything else. The visuals really work as well, so there isn't much to complain. Would I go hear it as much? Probably not, just because it's not really my style of music. But I think if you enjoy this kind of like club, kind of like nightclub type of track, I think this might be for you, honestly. Next we have Cherry Bullet with Love in Space. I mean, listen, I think that for Cherry Bullet specifically, they didn't really go out of their comfort zone, but the production is fun. Another song that takes a lot of inspiration from second, but way more third generation type of track of songs. The vocals are good, the lyrics are not that interesting, they're a little bit corny, overly dramatic, kind of like theatrical, right? Or I will go to these extremely far lands, to regain your love. Like very theatrical, very Shakespearean in a way, but not done in a good way. The song is fun. I like to say that Cherry Bullet is stable. They have a fan base, they do well. That's all I care, because again, diversity stylistically in the scene, it's really it's important right now, I think, and Cherry Bullet does that for the genre, which is good. And next we have Rocket Punch with Chiquita, another group that is more of the girly, classic like bright concepts. But in this video, in this song specifically, they do a good job of mixing both. This song is very second generation like. Love the production. It's fun to listen to. The lyrics, not that corny compared to the Rocket Punch track. To the Cherry Bullet track. Enjoy it. Rocket Punch for me has been a very solid group, honestly, since they debuted. It's just that they debuted under FNC, if I remember correctly, right? And FNC doesn't really do a good job at promoting their idol groups. It's just the reality. I mean, they got lucky with AOA. But, luck doesn't, what did they say? Like, thunder doesn't strike in the same place twice. And I think for FNC, they haven't done a successful K-pop group compared to AOA since AOA, which means it's been 6 years. Or actually more like 4, because they were still, touring in 2018 and doing stuff before COVID and before the scandals and stuff like that. But regardless of that, pretty good song. I just wish that they were able to push them a little bit more through like Variety, because they never appear on Variety, for example. Have they ever been on Weekly Idol? I would have to check, but I'm not even sure that's the case. So, they're kind of missing, but they're a good group. So if you enjoy something a little bit different, but not that different from your usual like cable shit, this group could be the thing for you. But expect also for them to do more left field shit compared to, You know, they'll try something a little bit different here and there, which I appreciate, honestly. Next we have Super Junior with Calling. It's a winter version of for spring, which I don't get the concept why they call it that way. It's a ballad. Of course, vocal wise, Super Junior is a very good vocal group. Not as good as people trying to sell me, because again, apart from Donghae and specifically Hichol, it's not like the other guys are incredible vocal guys. I forgot him. I forgot his name, but the guy who just showed right now with the curly hair, like, he's also like pretty good in Kihyun. So they have a solid one, but for a 10-man group, the other guys do just enough. It's not B2B. Hell, I wouldn't say it's even EXO or BTS, for example. Where even if BTS has 3 bad singers, their 4 singers are so good that I could argue they're all better. Maybe apart from Jimin, they're all better than the other guys. So they're all the guys in Super Junior, but it's a decent ballad. If you like ballads, you will enjoy this as well. About came out with another song called Say Goodbye to the Good Times. I've reviewed one of his songs in February, and I thought it was interesting. This song is not particularly interesting, but the vocals are amazing. So if you want to hear some good honey for your ears, this is the shit for you. It's incredible from that point of view, uninteresting lyrically, but again, what matters is the vocals. Next we have The Boys with the OST for Solo Leveling, which I think they're doing an anime, if I remember correctly. Listen, it's for OST, I think it's fine. It's not original at all. I don't think it even stands out towards like what normally J-pop or J-rock artists do for Japanese animes, but I think it fits whatever they're going for Solo Leveling, and since he even like has that idolish vibe, and I think that's completely fine. Solo Leveling though as a show, it's fine in the sense that in a way it's good, but then it gets boring. It's similar for Mitsubaki, where they're technically, they could be amazing, but they will never be amazing because the characters will win too easily, and therefore because they win too easily against their supposed to be rivals, it makes the entirety of the story uninteresting, which is sad, but it is what it is. But hopefully it's gonna be a good show. That's what matters. Regardless of that, I think they did a good job for what they were supposed to do. So this is Nana from Hoo-Ha, and this is a cover of Gail's ABDCEFU. I'm not a super fan of this song. I've listened to it, I thought it was cool. I know it's like an industry plan type of song. Like the person that recommended this song on TikTok is actually somebody that works for a label, which is crazy to think about. But she does a good job, I think, covering this song. She brings a lot of soul, a lot of interesting vocals here, and she doesn't necessarily follow the same thing that she does. Like obviously the song sounds very similar, but she still brings a little bit of her own flavor. So the song is good, and even changing some of the lyrics actually doesn't hurt the song at all. So good job by her. Next we have Weekly with Venpara. Out of the weekly tracks that have came out, this is probably my least favorite. It seems they tried to follow the success of their summer song with something like that was more trendy, and I don't think it really favors them in any way, because I just don't think this style really works with them very well. Especially if I give them these average ass productions and uninteresting flows, just uninteresting chorus. How am I supposed to care about this track? I personally don't, but I know fans are gonna love it. I just wish they would have stuck to their lane because they were so good at it. But if I know Hype well enough, they'll try to keep pushing this until it works, and let's see how it will go. Because for example, for G-Friend it didn't work, so let's see if for Weekly it will work. I will be very interested to see. Next we have Kim Woo-seok, Switch, former X1 member from Produce 101, season 3 I think. Season 3 I think for the males, it's season 2. So yeah, it's a good track. It's fun, bubbly. The production is very like basic shit you've heard a billion times, but I think his vocals really, and I think his performance really like covers for what his production lacks. It's a pretty good performer. The song is fun. There's nothing really more to say. Obviously it's doing the numbers because throughout the scandal of Mnet, X1 specifically was hit way harder than IDOL, for example. Who would have ever thought that Mnet tried to make us believe that Wonyoung had received more votes than Sakura? Nobody really, but fine. let's go with the next one. Next we have another rookie group, Tan with Do Do. Is it Do Do or 3 times? It's Do Do Do, sorry. One less than Blackpink's song. I think this is for debut. I think it's excellent. The production is fun. It's very like high BPM, heavy bass, weird vocals, interesting concept song wise. This group definitely has a different vibe than other groups, which is cool. It's really cool for me because I haven't felt, again, like probably since Luminous, since September, that I really enjoyed that rookie group, even though I'm Omega X. They also have time, but I think these guys are special. Which is their company? Let me check. It doesn't say under what company they are, but these guys are really good. I don't know if they're rookies. I assume they are because I've never heard of them. But this song is really good, actually. Yeah, I'm really, really happy about this. And I don't know if they have an EP, but the group feels different. Also, it seems like the guys are not super young as well. I would have to check, which is a different kind of like vibe and different from your norming K-pop. So, really enjoyed it. I think already one of the best of the month, in my opinion. And the MV is not low. It's not low quality, but yet it's not like they spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars like they did with NMIXX, for example, which the video was trying to covering the shit show that the song was. J Park featuring IU, Ganadara. I mean, it's not a bad song, but I mean, this is why J Park left his current hip-hop like scene to do this basic ass like Chris Brown impression. This is one thing I hate the most about J Park is when he does these fucking impressions of Chris Brown. He even tried to dance like him. I get it. You love the guy. You probably have him tattooed on your balls. I don't care. I just wish you didn't do it all the time. But the song is not bad. I have to give him credit. It's fun. And the video, it's very comedic. It seems though he's trying to build his image for whatever he's gonna do later. I just have this feeling to me. He wants, like, the rumors about him wanting to debut a boy group, it's just getting more and more evident. Like the video, the lyrics, the person that he did the feature with. Yeah, it says it's natural, and I believe him to a certain extent. But even though it's natural, it's hyper calculated for whatever his next step will be, either this year or next year. So, even if you look at it, even in the music videos, he's wearing the classic K-pop idol makeup. He's pretty much covering all of his tattoos apart the one from his neck that you can clearly see. Shitload of product placements. So, you can fool others, but you can't fool me, my man. But still, the song is not bad, so I can't be overly a hater. Next we have Park Bom, Flower with Kim Min Sok from Melomans. Great vocal, Park Bom is, again, one of the greatest vocalists ever, and unfortunately she's so underrated because she was from 21, and it's funny to say that, but it's true. 21, it's funny because as soon as K-pop started getting more and more popular internationally, that's when they disappeared. That's when they ended up disbanding. So people don't really appreciate it to the extent, but vocals are amazing. Kim is Melomans, guys. Have you ever heard Melomans? They're crazy. They're also another ballad group. What is it called? Group or whatever you want to call it, a team, a crew, whatever you want to call it. They're also incredible, and there's just the music video also is very cool. I think it's very nostalgic. I love the black and white, and again, it's a ballad, but it's a well done ballad in my opinion. Not different from other things, but I think it's just well done. Like the other one I also reviewed from Super Junior, Omega X with Liar. I feel like Omega X also kind of changed their concept. Since they debuted, they're doing a ballad. I know they're trying something a little bit different, which I'm fine with. It's okay. The vocals are not that superb compared to the Super Junior nor the Park Bom and Kim Min Sok track, so it does stand out in a negative manner. And the production also, I don't think, really helps, because I think if you want to do a ballad, you should stick to that specific Korean sound. When you try to mix it with pop, EDM, you either do it well or it comes off like this, which is basic as fuck and boring. I think one of the worst songs I've heard. But it's sad because I actually like Omega X. I just feel that the company is constantly putting like, you know, that meme of like the bicycle where the guy just puts the stick in front of him and just falls. That's how I feel like the company is. They have a good group and they just keep putting the stick in their own bicycle and hurt themselves for no reason. So I want Omex to keep following that style they were doing, the hard hitting music, and evolve on it, because why not? You're good at it, so keep doing it. Zello with Smile. I think probably Zello's fans are gonna be mad at me, but I think he should never sing again. Simple as that. Should never sing again. If he doesn't sing again, I think I'll be happy for the rest of my life. Gyro Tomboy. These songs represent everything that I hated about the narrative that Soyeon was this amazing producer with this amazing writing ability. Since years have passed and people are not so like, you know, simping for Jadol as much as they used to. Again, vocally, this group is amazing. Minnie, like the other girls that I can still forget the name, the Chinese girl, like they're all amazing, really. The problem is Soyeon. Soyeon is not that great of a rapper. She's one-dimensional as fuck. You know, actually, let me check their names immediately right now, so I actually don't make a mistake. G Idol. Okay, let me check G Idol 1 second. Okay. So Sojin is a good singer. Yuki is a sub vocalist, ridiculous. I think she's probably the best. You know, Minnie is amazing. You know, they're all great, right? Mion, I think Sojin is the one that's not in the group anymore, but still. Mion, Minnie, Shua, Yuki, really good. But Soyeon was supposed to be the face of the group. You know, I'm the face of the group. I've changed everything that it meant to be a female hip rapper in Korea. That's what she said, by the way, in Line. I didn't. That's what she said. I've paved the way. I've done this. You've done nothing. In fact, I think you haven't evolved at all. If I compare you to other even rappers in K-pop groups, you probably are the worst right now. And again, this bullshit that she's this great writer has to stop. If I'm Cube, I'm not allowed to write music anymore. The lyrics are fucking retarded. They're bad. I'm a tomboy because what it has to be being cool. It means nothing. None of them are just like a tomboy in this video. None of them. None of them. When was the last time you see an actual tomboy debut in K-pop? Since Amber in 2008. I can't think of any other one. And you can't tell me Choa because she had short hair or whoever. There has been none. Right? So, to me, if you're gonna come to do it well, but I think she's really holding the group back in. I was never a Soyeon hater, but I've always felt people were trying to compare it to Zico and say how she does the group. But if people know about Zico is, again, I'm not saying he's not is above criticism, right? Like some god or whatever. I'm not saying that, but Zico at least made always good music, always made his own friends shine, and yes, he made himself shine as well. But the music was always quality. The production was quite, the lyrics were always quality. I don't get that from this song at all. And again, this is set from a group that has great B-sides, have great projects, but then they release these fucking half-ass singles because they're supposed to be producer in the group is not as good and is not competent in certain aspects of her, you know, writing and artistry, right? So I wish she doesn't write. I wish she stops writing these singles at least, and possibly start, you know, changing a little bit who produces, because I just don't think fans listen to this and think it's good. I just don't have that feeling. I'll give you an example. B2B, guys, go listen to B2B when they debuted, when they weren't producing tracks, and listen to them now. And tell me if there has been an evolution. You can do it with every group. Even Red Velvet is still running, sometimes write their own songs. Look at 17. You know, I didn't like when they were doing Don't Wanna Credit stuff, but it was still quality. Now they're a really good group again. Go ahead to these groups and compare them to them. It's night and day. Stop with the excuses. It's been 4 years since the before, maybe even 5 really, and I'm supposed to believe that this is just a great lyrical track. The lyrics in this track are supposed to be important, and they're shit. The chorus is not that good, and I think Soyeon's voice also is too prevalent in this track, even I think in certain aspects. But the vocals are amazing. You have to give them credit. The vocals are really good. But please, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of defending this like sorry ass writing just because we all like Soyeon. I don't give a fuck. If something is bad, is bad. I think I've argued this also last week when ANMIXX. It's important for K-pop fans to start saying songs are bad, so producers started doing things seriously. People are not doing that, and it bothers me. Next is Kang Sung Yeon with Born to Love. Another genius producer, genius writer, the most basic pop song you can ever hear in your life. Again, I like Kang Sung Yeon. I think actually, especially when he writes for a winner, he's really, really good. And even though he has been hit or miss in the last 3 years, he has been, but he's still very, very talented. But this song is just very basic and boring. Secret Number, Love Maybe, ballad. Nothing more to say. Next we have K1 from Super Junior with Voyager. Major Super from Monsta X, sorry, with Voyager. It's good. It has a nice rock feeling to it. It's just overly produced and it's overly clean. If you're gonna do a mainly rock song, make it dirty, make it sound a little bit bad. That's part of also the rock, sound. When you try to make things overly clean, overly produced, sometimes it loses something, but this song is actually good, and I didn't expect Kyun to make a song like this. I think they were just gonna put him to do a basic ballad. The video is boring, though. If you're gonna do a video like this, just don't do it, in my opinion, but that's how I feel. Brave Girls, thank you, a group that has great writing, great producing, and none of the companies maybe try to sell us as one of them as great producers, because there's nothing shameful of being a great performer. I think about this song, what I like is the lyrics. Actually, they're very grateful to their fans sometimes, because it tells different stories at the same time, which is cool, because we're talking about fans, the family, friends, even people in the group, and the production to them as well. It seems like it's a thank you to everybody. Production is sick. Love the second generation vibe, also modernized in a very interesting and fun way. Great vocals by everybody, great mixing, great engineering. Sometimes I even hear from some of these groups, like sometimes some of these songs are badly engineered, like the one from Omega X. It had some weird engineering work going on, but this song, I think, is probably the best song I've heard. Probably by Brave Girls, but I think the best song of the month. I think it's definitely a candidate for one of the songs of the year. Great track, but nobody has been talking about it. I don't see tweets about it on fucking Twitter, right? I don't, but I definitely see some dumbest tweet about, Jungkook, fucking photographing a plant and having 10,000, 100,000 tweets about it. So it is what it is. Great song. It's doing the numbers, because I saw before yesterday 40 million is in a couple of days, not so great job by them. I love how they're stable in Korea, which is good. That means that one day, if they can get bigger, it will be possible. Astro, Moonbin and Sana with who? No, this is just Astro and that's it, right? This is not a duo, right? This is a duo. Is it Moonbin and Sana? I think it is Moonbin and Sana, yeah. This is probably the worst thing they've released. Very, very boring. Uninteresting production. Just boring. I mean, they've gotten worse progressively since their debut as a duo. I don't get it. In the span of not even a year, because their debut was, I think, in October. So October, November, December, January, it's been 5 months? 6 months, and it's already like this. October, November, December, January, February. It's been 5 months, 5 months and a half. This is the results. It is what it is, though. Move on. And next we have Newest with Official. I assume they're their last release as a group, and it's a ballad. Kind of sad about it, but I mean, Newest is a group that it's a great story. It's a Cinderella story group that started, had a huge song, failed, they were out to disband, and then Produce 101 came around in 2017. Their leader went to there, became one of the top 11. The group was doing great without him, and they were able to form a fan base and keep existing. It's great for them. I'm happy for them, but it's kind of sad it ends this way. But again, as I've said, expect a lot of heartbreaks this year, because for a lot of groups this is their 7th year, and you just never know. You might hear a lot of disbands and a lot of farewells. And this was it for the first part of the reviews of singles from March 2022. I felt like the quality was overall better than the first part of February. Even if February is a whole month, I think even here, great variety, solo, good music, good ballads, good debuts. It's rare to find stuff like this, but it's fun to see K-pop having another good year after what I thought 2021 was probably the best year in the last 3. So it's great since 2019. So it was great to see at least starting well. Of course, K-pop always go from a month or two where there's nothing, but even if there's 3 months and 9 months that are bad and 9 that are good, it's good. But I mean, again, we all remember 2020, 2019, where there will be like 3 good months in a year, maybe even 2. So at least now there's overall good quality everywhere, and I think it's enjoyable. There's a lot of variety. So even if you're someone more older like me, I'm 25 this year, I don't have to listen to basic shit over and over again and actually fall in love with the genre again. And I think a lot of people of my age will fall in love with the genre again this year, since Big Bang is also expected to have a comeback, Red Velvet, who knows, let's see what's gonna happen. But if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, tell me what were your favorite songs of this first part of March and your least favorite, and see you next time.